first question, right?
Good evening and welcome to another episode. Coming together is the theme for us at Spectrum, the Awareness Project. The idea is to engage the community to play their role of being the village and to pave way for inclusion. We released that the book Talking Fingers. So we realized that books written on self-advocacy and parent advocacy as it hits where it needs the most, addressing mindsets, bursting the myths. Today's session is one more step towards that goal. We are extremely happy to share that Talking Fingers is back with their volume 2. And to tell more about the book, we have with us editor of the book, Miss Padma Jyothi. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Nina. Thank you for having me here.
So coming on to Talking Fingers, so please tell us about the volume 2 of the book, Talking Fingers, and how the book is similar or different from the previous one.
Yeah, sure, Nina. This is Talking Fingers Volume 2.
Oh.
And this is our attempt to carry forward the legacy of the first book to show that not just those 16, but there are many more people who can communicate very well using aids. And the book is similar in the format. We have questions and answers, but this time we have 25 questions instead of the 20 questions in the first book. And to tell you more about the book, I think about the co-authors of the book, there are 16 new co-authors in this book. And I think it would be better if you hear their introduction in their own words. So if you can please play the video.
Yeah, sure. was just reading all those their feelings. It's
Mm.
almost like any kid they have said that yes, of course, the means of communication is different, but they have the same feeling and they are not aliens as well, you know. And this getting so much of emotional vibes and positive vibes seeing them, and it's high time that yes, they need support from other publications as well. So, as for the book is concerned, Aditi Swaminarayan, who was a first, I think she was the author for the first volume,
Yes.
and she has written its preface. So, how has the release of the volume one changed the lives of its co-authors?
I think it has changed them for the better. I mean, they are all superheroes who are doing their best to communicate. But when you see that whatever you have to say is heard, and not just heard, it's valued and treasured,
Hmm.
it changes, it gives us a lot of confidence for all of us, right?
Correct.
And for them, it means a lot more because that time came after a lot of struggle. They
Correct.
went through a lot of struggle to get there, and once they are there, so all this recognition and the self advocacy they are doing, it is giving them a huge boost of self confidence. They have grown as self advocates, and it makes me feel so proud to know them, to see them change over the past year. They are at the different stages of their communication, right? Some of them are very eloquent, some of them are, right? But in the past year, they have grown by leaps and bounds. That's what confidence, recognition, and acceptance brings to us.
Correct.
So it's
That's
really heartwarming.
Yeah, even other than these co-authors of the previous volume, if the current volume also, the message that each one has given is very strong and loved out to all of us. So that's because all because of the parents and all others working behind them, and even the kids themselves, they want to be accepted. So that's one wonderful thing that we come across. So coming on to this, like we have been promoting and supporting books about parents, self-advocacy in our platform. So what are your thoughts about parents, self-advocacy? Why is it a game changer?
Definitely. They are definitely a game changer. Coming to parents, speaking about their journey, it's very effective because, a parent connects to the journey of another parent.
Hmm.
And most of us, when we were diagnosed, I'm talking about families who got the diagnosis like 15 years earlier
Hmm.
or so, we were told that there is no hope for our children. They may never communicate, they may never express, they may not have a thinking mind. And most of them got bluntly told that we should consider having another child and
Hmm.
giving up hope because our child is autistic. So, to come back, we have all come from that phase.
Hmm.
And during the diagnosis, also different assessments, it was mostly deficit based assessment,
Hmm.
what your child cannot do. And we should always focus on what he or she cannot do. That was what was going on. I hope it has changed for the better now.
Hmm.
But we have all traveled through that path, and gradually the parents have realized that okay, we all have deficits, but we all have strengths too, right?
Correct.
Every child has a strength which can be nurtured
Hmm.
so that that shines more than the deficits. Yes,
Hmm.
they need support for whatever is they're struggling with. So we all need support. We all struggle. We all need
Yeah.
support. But once our strengths are recognized, that gives us a different boost to our life, right?
Correct.
It gives a different outlook towards life. So
Hmm.
this is what the parents have realized through the journey. And when you hear a parent speak about this journey, you're
Hmm.
hearing the distilled version of the wisdom they have learned over the years.
Hmm.
It's a
Hmm.
crash course of
Hmm.
what they have learned in nearly 15 years.
Hmm.
Tough lessons they have learned over the years.
Hmm.
So they're giving you like a very refined form of what they have learned. And what can be better than that? If someone tells you, a new parent, if they hear that word, nothing can be done, and they hear another parent who says, we have been through that, see where we are now. So
Hmm.
definitely the parent who has just received the diagnosis will feel, okay, they have been through this, and
Hmm.
if they can get there where they are now,
Hmm.
this definitely gives me hope, right? If they can
Correct.
do, I can follow what they have done or learn new things from them.
Mm.
So parent advocacy or sharing their stories is important, because unless the new parent realizes that we have to focus on the strengths more, we
Correct.
have to treat them as a child first, not as someone with a disability,
Mm.
then the life of the child changes because they're too young to advocate for themselves.
Correct.
When it comes to books written or the autistic individuals themselves coming out and writing or sharing their thoughts, that is just gold standard, because how much ever we try to understand our children, we are still guessing, still guesswork.
Mm.
Maybe an educated guess, but it's still a guesswork.
Yes.
When they come and speak, it is like they're telling you what is going on. That is like something they
Within
are
them.
open on.
Ah, ah, ah.
See, sharing an example from my own journey, when my son was too young, he he used to learn, but there was some sort of scattered learning going on. Like
Mm.
sometimes it would click, sometimes it wouldn't click. And then I read book by Temple Grandin, and then realized that the power of visual learning.
Mm.
I thought that I could see a lot of that, what she was describing, how visual learning is essential for her and how it helps her. And then I changed the way that I taught him. And it's just moved by leaps and bounds. If
Mm.
she hadn't written that, if she hadn't talked about that, I would be still wandering around in the dark.
Correct.
So that is the power of self-advocacy. No one can explain the sensory system they are feeling, the
Mm.
sensory difficulties, the social emotional difficulties they are feeling better than them. They are the real experts. If they can speak, and if you have an opportunity to read or listen to them,
Mm.
nothing better than.
Correct. Instead of hitting the bushes, it's better to understand them very well from themselves, whatever means of communication they do. So, you were talking about the advocacy, parent advocacy, the experience that you faced as a parent. So, coming to the next point is you were the co-editor of this volume 1 last year, and when now coming on to volume 2, you are the editor. So, the transition from co-editor of volume 1 to the editor of volume 2, well, how was this transition?
Uh, Chitra couldn't carry forward this because of her personal and professional commitments. So I'm the editor for this volume. And the back end work, compiling, editing, publishing, and sending it to Amazon, and that part we have dealt with in the first book. So it was smooth sailing till that part. But one part I knew that I would struggle a little was promoting the book,
Right.
because I'm basically an introvert, and stepping out, attending events, and doing everything is beyond the comfort zone for me. But everyone in our Talking Fingers family has been a huge support. They have, and even for the first book, the promotion was not just done by me and Chitra. Every one of us contributed. And now our family has increased. It is 32 now. So all of them, we are doubly strong. So all of them have helped us, helped me, supported me. And one thing I have learned in the past month, tomorrow will be the 1 month of the book launch. What I've learned is, when you're doing something for a cause that is very close to your heart, your comfort zone keeps expanding. You
Correct.
don't even realize that you're leaps and bounds beyond where you thought the comfort zone ended. So, so I'm learning and moving, trying my best to promote the book.
So, you're feeling very comfortable going out for a cause than being introvert. That's a wonderful journey. And also, yes, the first volume had helped you to know better how to do for the second carry forward. So that's why you were able to come up with this also. So that's a very good, what you call, transition that you've gone through.
Yeah.
I think other parents will also agree with this. And not to wild guesses, give away to wild guesses and other things, but believe in yourself and your child. So this is a self-published book. As far as I know, no other publication has come forward or helped to publish this book. It's a self-published book. So any reason behind the book being self-published?
Yeah, as you have said, this is a self-published book. It is a self-published book because we couldn't find any reputed publisher who want to risk their money and publish a book in a niche topic like this. in our society, awareness about autism is just about in the beginning stages, nascent stages. And within the autism community, also, we are talking about non speaking autistics who communicate using AAC. So that is super niche for them.
Mm.
And at the end of the day, it's a business model. No one wanted to risk their money. But uh, we felt that this message should reach as many people as possible. That's why it is self published book.
Hmm. So you have approached publishers like whomever you have come across. Have you approached them, and what was their because people would like to know what exactly when you approached them, was it any kind of denial or any reason why they said they don't want to?
No, not outright denial. This was some of them said, leave the manuscript with us, we'll get back to you in a few months. And others, and some of them said that it is not in our
Hands.
comfort, right? Because of the topic. How
Uh,
we don't know how many books we may be able to sell.
mm,
So that
mm.
is a concern for them.
So
But
business,
this is life for us.
correct.
That is a business model for them. This is our life. So we went ahead and did it.
No, well done. Hats off to you for that, that you didn't wait for anyone to say that let we are ready to publish, but instead you were determined to get it published. A big salute to you for doing that, because that's
Thank
why
you.
people were able to listen or read these feelings of these kids who were going through. And Padma Ramani ma'am is also watching, and she's so happy for you, the step that you have taken to get this book published. Can you throw some
Ma'am,
light? Yeah, please.
Padma Ramani ma'am has always been a huge support for us. Huge, huge support. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, and we need lot of people to support us like this. Yes.
Yes,
So,
yes.
can you throw some light on the promotion of the book, like any back end story that you would like to share with the community regarding the promotion of the book?
Yeah. I I thought since we couldn't find a publisher to publish the book, when the second book back end work was done and we had sent it for printing, I thought let's approach someone for professional for promoting the book, because this time we wanted the book to reach larger people or larger society at large, because they are the one who needs to see our children in a new light. So that was the idea. But we had a similar experience for the promotion of the book also. They all felt that it was too risky. And our idea was to get it to book fairs and bookstores so that anyone can just browse through and pick up the book, not just people who know about it or are in the special needs community. But they all of them discouraged us uniformly, said that is it's an impossible dream for us. But they said it's an impossible dream to get into one book fair. We got into four, and all this has been possible because of the entire Talking Fingers family. They took the initiative, the parents themselves took the initiative, approached the book fairs. They kept the books, they visited the books during the book fairs and everything. And this shows the power, of how determination overcomes obstacles on the way.
Right.
So that is how we have been doing.
Hmm.
And I hope that we can carry forward
Yeah,
sharing.
definitely. I think it was there in this present World Delhi Book Fair itself,
Yes,
isn't
yes,
it?
yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
saw that clippings of Rajat Sharma holding the book and all. Yes,
Mm.
of course, it's not just one person. So many of us together only can promote, and it's very much in need of the hour that it spreads, goes beyond a limitation. It crosses the boundary so that everybody gets to know, and it may even help. Who knows? A parent who is there somewhere that there is no one to help. If it reaches to a right person at the right time, definitely that will help. So, any messages for parents and our community?
Yeah. For our community, I would say, see, we are just a group of 32 parents who are doing our best to do this. But if you join hands with us, if you help us, support us in making sure that the message reaches more people, I think it will help the society as whole.
Correct.
Because it's not just about the book, right? We are
Mm,
talking about self advocacy.
mm,
So I think it's just a small drop if 32 people try, but if all of us do it, it's a huge wave. that can definitely change the mindset, because this has been the thinking pattern of all the society for years together, and it will take our united effort to change that. And to the society at large, I would request, if you are listening to this or watching this, next time you see someone with special needs who is trying to communicate, please treat them with respect, and respect of a real life hero. Because for them to get to that stage to communicate with you, they have faced a lot of struggle to get there. And don't approach them with sympathy, but with empathy. And I'm sure that whatever conversation you will have with them will be a memorable part of your day. They'll
Okay.
leave a mark on your heart if you have a conversation with them.
Okay. Like coming on, like, when the book was there, I have not seen that physically. But when I went to the promo and other things, there are the volume 1, the authors, and the volume 2 authors. Do we have the same authors or they are different? Like last time, I think there were 16 again, or same. I just like people are.
The number is same. The number is same, but they are new authors.
They're new authors. So,
Yeah.
what kind of difference, as an editor of this particular volume, do you think there is some similarity between these authors and their thoughts, or there is something striking that?
Similarity is the struggle they have been through to get where they are right now, the support they got. I think there is a big common theme running through all the authors in our book. They want their voice to be heard, and they want you to treat them as a friend. They know what they're capable of. So all they need from you is a space and time. You give us some space and time to communicate. Listen to us.
Hmm.
So that is what they are doing.
Hmm.
Some of them express through poetry, some of them through phrases, some of them use Tagore's poetry. But at the end of the day, the message is same. They
Correct.
are all superb self-advocates.
That's very, I'm so happy that I could talk to you and know more about this being the editor. It was my pleasure having you here. In fact, all of us from Spectrum are thankful to you for coming up and sharing your thoughts, concerns. And I think this should reach more and more people, especially maybe because I was a school librarian. I would request all the publications that please, take the pledge of being inclusive and accepting the unique. And this is there even for when it comes in the case of authors also, because we have read so many books that books or thoughts from different people. Maybe some of them even are not going through this personally. Some may be because of whatever their research they are doing based on such research. So if any publisher is coming forward to uh, make these kids authors in real sense to understand, I think the message is very clear to all of us. It will be a new wave coming up in our country, and in true sense the inclusion happens not only in education but also in the field of writing and other art or activities where these kids are also part. So thank you, Padma ma'am, for joining us and for
Thank you.
lovely session or your answers that will help more parents and give confidence to more parents to come forward and say, yes, my kid also can do this. So
Yes.
it was lovely
Thank,
knowing the authors. Thank you so much. I
thank
think Barnali Gupta ma'am also says that she's so happy to see you on this platform. So
you. Thank
thank
you,
you all
Padma.
of us. Thank you so much. Take care.
Yeah, bye. Thank you.